Well, I was very curious to figure out how businesses can reinvent themselves, not when they're in trouble, but when they're doing well. Most companies wait too long, and in these days that can be very detrimental. So I met my co-author, Michael, who comes from the world of sports, and they keep reinventing themselves in sports, otherwise they become very rapidly irrelevant. We sat together. I had been part of a company, SAP, who had reinvented itself 4 times, and we began to think about what does it take from a leadership point of view, a leadership model, to reinvent companies again and again and again from a position of strength. A lot of the reason for change needs to be an ambitious dream about what the company could become. And that is fundamental in order to inspire people to be part of the journey. And there's 3 elements in defining a dream. This is not a fluffy thing, it's a very accurate description of a future role and ambition that the company has. The detail also has 3 elements, which is really about where do we need the biggest change in terms of how we do things and what we do. And that has to do with skills and roles and collaborations in the company. And then the 2 underlying things that help us empower people to make the right choices is a joint mindset. So what is it we need to think of as we make our own choices in the business and decentralize, empower people? And what is the framework under which we operate so that we know that we stay compliant and follow the rules of the game? Those are the 8 elements. They're very well described in the book, and I would argue that you can only really transform and reinvent when you master all 8 at the same time. They are connected. And so in business, we tend to translate strategies into business plans and KPIs, and we monitor whether we deliver on the plan. We're arguing in an unpredictable world, we can't plan. So we're actually measuring ourselves against something that has become irrelevant. And that's about unleashing then the control, not predicting or defining what people should do and how they should do it, but what it needs to lead to, that's the dream, and what they need to be really world-class at. We believe that if you train them on the elements that they need to be really world-class at, they will unfold the dream by themselves. People have enormous potential, and this book is about unleashing potential. In times when we discuss whether technology will take over, we actually believe humans will have a significant opportunity. Large companies have enormous scale, but not necessarily speed of change. And to be relevant and stay relevant, you've got to be fast adapting. You have to be reinventing constantly. And that is about human capacity. This is not about systems. I think there are great companies, truly remarkable companies that are kind of the thought leaders that show a new path. And I think we as leaders should be inspiring to create great companies with great human talent and challenge assumptions and find new ways that are more sustainable, more relevant, and more human. You know, I have the pleasure of coming to Davos, part of the World Economic Forum. The amount of business leaders stepping up, not just from a philanthropic point of view or greenwashing their logo, no, really trying to integrate relevance and responsibility and sustainability into their strategy, their core strategy, so they become meaningful and relevant for people to hire the best talents and make a difference. I think this is a very vibrant environment. People have enormous amounts of topics. The interesting part, which I thought was very valuable, is that they all are connected. And nobody has the recipe, but people have to find out themselves what is the recipe. And that was also our ending today. This is about leadership from you, not from someone, but from you. How are you going to change your leadership to make a difference?